laughter is the best medicine, right? I mean, laughter is life, it's joy, and it keeps us all alive.
Lois Griffin loves nothing more than doing breast exams herself all day, every day. Sometimes I have Peter do them. Sometimes I have the dog Brian do them. As long as you do them, ladies, that's what's important.
But I turned 35, and so I recently had my very first mammogram. Yeah, it was interesting. It was a very cold room. I was wearing a little paper jacket that opens in front, which is not a good look for anyone. And in the corner, there's this machine, this big machine that's got buttons on it, and then there's a big metal tray that's really cold. And I turned to the doctor, and I said, "Doctor, what you gonna do with that big junk, that big hunk of metal junk? I'ma check for lumps, check for fibroids and for clumps. A lovely little lump. Check it out. They flatten on the X-ray. Pull my tatas this way. Squeeze it like a sandwich. Looking for a lump it is. Feeling like they wanna make me scream. I'm gonna tear an a-hole wearing all the squeezing's got me swearing. But I ain't lying. I know at 35 and over it's my duty. I have got to check my boobies for a lump. A lump, a lump, a lump. A lump, a lump, a lump. You love my lady lump. My lump, it's got you. It's got it squeezing.
Whenever I really get stressed out, I almost have to, like, at a certain point, just make a joke or laugh, because it relieves the pressure of the stress, I think, a lot. So it is really important. And that's one of the great things about being a performer, is to be able to extend that part of yourself and, make people forget about their troubles for a little while, or laugh, whatever. Recently, I had my yearly mammogram, and I was sitting in the cubicle with my robe on, waiting for my X-ray results, feeling a little bit nervous. And all of a sudden, one of the mammographers came up to me, and she was like, "Listen, I don't normally do this. I'm so sorry, but I recognized you." And she said, "I just want to say I just had a birthday, and I'm 50 years old." And I was like, "Ooh, I gotta hide my Spanx." I love these things. So they really trim the tummy. Anyhow, Spanx.
It's all about cancer awareness, and it's so important to me that they at 14, 16, and 18 start that awareness now. It's incredibly important to get young people to start to be aware of their bodies, because their bodies are foreign to them. Their bodies are changing, and hormones and things, and they need to start to feel comfortable with their bodies. And magazines like Self, I think, are really important to that.
Like, my mother would call me up and she would say, "I think Daddy had a stroke." And then there was nothing wrong. Or my father would say, "I think your mother has Alzheimer's disease." And then there'd be nothing wrong. And they were like really into it. Like, it gave them like a reason for living and happy. And my mother was always really happy when my father was sick, because he was a philanderer, and then she knew where he was. So one day she comes to my house and she's all gleeful. "We think Daddy has a brain tumor." And I told him that if he only has one good year left to live, we're going to do everything that I want to do.
Well, I don't think there's a better way to get people comfortable with the idea of breast cancer awareness than comedy, because it's a subject, as a stage 4 breast cancer survivor, it's a subject that's terrifying. And so if you can bring a little comedy in, it relaxes people, and then you can really give them some important messages about checking yourself for breast cancer, and also that there is life once you've been diagnosed with breast cancer.
Now, Laugh Out Loud is a new way to say breast cancer awareness does not always have to be a sad event. It can always be a happy, life-affirming event. Funny ladies are here tonight. We're all going to laugh and have a great time. Life should be fun. Life should be cancer-free, and that's what tonight's about.